Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football and Basketball Tailgate. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Uncle Rico. Eric, my man, what is up?
Nothing, man. What's going on with you, my friend?
Just living life to the fullest. We got bowl games in front of us. We have basketball today. It's a big, full day of betting. Bobby Thomas coming in. He's going to MSU today. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day. We got a lot of games ahead of us. We're going to go through all the bowl games. We're going to go through each of our college basketball games. We got a lot lined up for you. Eric, are you ready to start us off?
All right. First of all, this is low-key one of the better days in sports. We got college bowl games, like you said, college basketball, like you said. We also have 3 NFL games, and we have a monster UFC fight card tonight.
I forgot that the NFL was doing the NFL on Saturday thing this week.
But you know what, dude?
Do you want to pick those NFL games too? Do you want to add those to the slate?
Dude, I got bets, man. You want some bets? I got bets.
Okay, we'll go through the bowl games. We'll hit the NFL, and then we'll get to college basketball. Let's start us off. Georgia Southern versus Ohio. Georgia Southern's a 3-point favorite, over under 49, plus 120 on the money line for Ohio.
All right, Jim, I am an unprepared rookie. I don't have my notes in front of me, so can you go first?
Okay, I mean, I understand. So this is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. I get that he's not playing. I get that Rourke is not playing. I still went with Ohio here. Georgia Southern is too much of a, variance team. I always like taking the MAC teams. I always know that they really want to be here. I get that Georgia Southern does as well. There was a point in the season where Georgia Southern was lined up to win the Sun Belt. So give me Ohio in a defensive game. I might even lean towards the under.
Ohio is depleted. No Rourke, no Cross, no who's their running back? Bijan, no Allison, no Thompson. Plus Jacobs is out with the injury. So that means Ohio's leading rusher is their third-string quarterback, C.J. Harris, who has 107 yards rushing this season, who's also their leading passer with a robust 65 yards passing the season. Flip side, Georgia Southern's defense is bad. I mean, even though they have some backups playing, some guys that have limited experience, this team can't stop shit. I would probably take the points here, but you know what? I'm staying back, my friend.
I went Ohio straight up, and I also bet the under. I think that's especially early on in a lot of these bowl games. I kind of like leaning towards the under unless people are losing key defensive players.
I look at the line. Line's the big thing for me.
The line moves crazy. It's all over the place every single time. Game number 2.
Oh, I was talking about offensive, defensive line. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Jacksonville State, Louisiana Lafayette. Jayville State is a minus 2.5 point favorite, over under 58, plus 119 on the money line for Lafayette. This is the New Orleans Bowl, baby.
I got Jacksonville State here. I took them at plus 1.5. Definitely will still take it here. Anything under 3. I know Jacksonville State will be without Swan, but Louisiana will be without their linebacker Grant, safety Carrier, plus Flowers and Burton are hurt. Jacksonville State's first bowl, Jacksonville State's Temple, with the secondary, with these backups playing in, and then these third string guys who haven't been getting the reps. You have to really question their if their cardio level, if they're going to be able to keep up with Jacksonville State's tempo, which is 21.2 seconds per play. I'm going to take Jacksonville State here. Anything under 3, I got at 1.5.
Yeah, I like it at anything under 3 as well. I also just think Jacksonville State's the better coach team.
I think that's your Rich Rod bias.
It's true. But also,
that's
fair.
I think you have Rich Rod bias.
I have a very pronounced Rich Rod bias. Up next, it's the Cure Bowl, Eric. Orlando, Florida. Miami of Ohio. App State. App State's a 6.5 point favorite. Over under 41, plus 195 on the money line for Miami of Ohio.
So
this was a tough one for me.
I really wanted to take Miami here. Couldn't get around to it. Obviously, Gabbard is out. Smith, who led them to the MAC championship, for whatever reason, he entered the portal. That's something that doesn't make sense to me at all. So they're going to be rolling out Henry Henson
That's a made-up name. That's a made-up person.
5 career pass attempts. 5.
No.
But Miami, their game script is simple. Turn around, hand it off, lean on the run game, play defense, elite special teams. App State, no Noel, which kills their run game. And I mentioned how Miami's going to lean on the run. App State, we saw against Troy, can't stop a goddamn nosebleed with their rush defense. I really want to take Miami here, but I just have so many plays. This is the first play I cut.
You know what, Eric? I'm not cutting nothing. Give me Miami. Give me Miami of Ohio.
I mean, better defense.
Best special teams in the country. Better defense. I think a more like consistent, grounded atmosphere they're going for. I don't really care who they have at quarterback. Give me Miami.
I mean, the only worry is if their quarterback comes out and then just is a deer in headlights.
They're not going to let that happen. They're not. They can't. Give me Miami. I'm going to make it happen. Okay, up next. It's the New Mexico Bowl, baby. New Mexico State, Fresno State. New Mexico State is a 3.5-point favorite, over under 51.5, plus 150 on the money line for Fresno.
Look, I took New Mexico State here. I got it at -1. Anything under the 3, I like. Obviously,
no Tedford, right?
No Tedford. He's stepping away. Also, Keen, walking injury. Their backup is gone. He entered the portal. Their stud left tackle is gone. Basically, a home game for New Mexico State. I know losing Hudson hurts, but the main thing is I do believe Diego is going to play, sustain the elbow injury in the conference championship game. I think he's going to be a go. I hated Fresno State to start the year. I think they were one of the biggest bluffs coming in. They should have lost. I mean, look, they should have lost to Purdue. They should have lost to Eastern Washington. This team is insanely overhyped. Now they don't have their coach. Keen's a walking injury waiting to happen. Anything under 3, give me New Mexico State. And I was going to ask you this. I think
3.5, are you staying away then?
3.5, I'm staying away.
Okay.
I think even after last year, when they're in the Quicken Lane Bowl up in Detroit, their coach was like, "This is the bowl we want. This is where we're going. This is what we want to do." So I think they're going to be really fired up for this game. So I'll take. I'll take the.
No Tedford. Give me Jerry Kill all day. He's done nothing but win.
Hey, buddy, winners win, man.
I love Jerry Kill. Up next, Eric, it's the LA Bowl. UCLA has to travel across the other side of the town.
Wearing a poncho like he did last bowl game.
Oh, that'd be sick. UCLA, Boise State, the LA Bowl. UCLA has to travel across the town where they're a 6-point favorite, over under a 46.5, plus 190 on the money line for Boise State.
Tough game here. Who's playing quarterback for Boise State? Like literally, who's playing quarterback for Boise State? We don't know. Green to Arkansas. Maddox hurt. That means Fulton or Telfer is going to play. The running back is in, which is huge. And most people are going to be like, well, you look at what UCLA has done this year against the run, but they're without their stud Latu, who's not playing the game, going to the draft. No Humphreys, no Ramsey, no Nemro. I don't know if UCLA is going to be able to shut down this run game. And I'll be honest, what's the one thing Chip Kelly has shown us? That he really doesn't care about a bowl game. He left to go recruit Steele at Ball State last year during bowl preparation. Wouldn't surprise me if he's been doing the same here. I don't think he's really going to be in that bowl pregame development. I would lean Boise State here. But again, questions at quarterback. We don't know if this quarterback's going to come out and then he's going to be a deer in goddamn headlights and just throw it straight ahead. You know what I mean? We don't know what we're going to get. I would lean it, but I'm not pulling the trigger.
See, Eric, that's the beauty of bowl season. You lean, I go full throttle. Give me Boise State plus the 6 and sprinkle a little bit on that money line, baby. Just like you said, Chip Kelly does not care about bowl games. He knows that they really don't matter. He's ready. He's getting ready and gearing up for the Big Ten right now. He's getting players. He's doing whatever he's got to do. Yeah, Boise wants to be here more. Boise plus the 6 and straight up plus 190. I don't lean, Eric. I don't lean anywhere.
You don't have any gangster leans?
No. That's you and Chase.
Respect that.
It's true. Up next, Eric, this is my favorite bowl game of the week. The Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Let's rewind
Cal, Texas Tech.
Rewind to the Boise State Bowl. I was reading, and it says Gronk's going to be like dancing during the game, and they're going to be selling special drinks.
Is it this? It's either this game or one of the. It might be the Arizona Bowl that Gronk's doing like the anthem.
It's the one in LA.
So it's this one then.
Yeah.
Why?
Rob Gronkowski bowl game.
Why?
I mean, dude. Rob Gronkowski got LA Bowl named after him without paying for it.
Okay.
Like what is going on here?
That's bizarre.
That is really bizarre. The reason is it's a unique reverse naming rights deal of sorts.
Okay.
The Rob Gronkowski Bowl.
So it's the LA Rob Gronkowski Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Gronk.
He's going to have a special cocktail there he's making.
Is it just like a couple different kinds of beers put together?
Probably.
Here's my bowl game, Eric. Cal, Texas Tech in the Independence Bowl. Texas Tech's a 3.5-point favorite. Over under 58, plus 145 on the money line for Cal.
So interesting game here.
It's a lot of points.
Well, hear me out here. Cal's without their OC, who left to go to Baylor, which means their offensive line coach is calling the plays. They have no quarterback coach. They have no tight end coach. So basically, how I'm reading this from everything I looked at is you have one guy, the offensive line coach, who's going to be in charge of everything on the offensive side of the ball for this game. If that doesn't scream to bet Texas Tech in the second half, I don't know what does.
Whew, that's going to be...
I mean, like, really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Texas Tech is going to be without their offensive lineman, which is huge. One of the better ones in college football to protect Morton, who's coming back, finally looks healthy. But football is all about adjustments. If you have one guy who's doing on everything for Cal, like, how can he do all that?
That's a huge live bet scenario right there.
Yeah, if Cal scores early, I mean, Jesus.
Oh, God. I'm going to be rooting for Cal, but that's going to be tough for me to actually, like, Damn.
But on the flip side, Texas Tech was one of those schools that came in with a lot of hype. You know what I mean? Now, do they really care about being?
Oh, this has been a very disappointing season for Tech.
You know what I mean? Do they really care about being here? I don't. You know what I mean? Like, the thing about bowl games is you have to identify motivation and then look to attack that. I know a lot of people look into the transfer portal, but I think the bigger thing is motivation.
Yeah. Up next is the famous Toastery Bowl in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Western Kentucky, Old Dominion. ODU is a 3.5-point favorite, over under 54, plus 135 on the money line for WKU.
I have no idea what's going on here. I know nothing. Like, both sides are losing a lot, but we need to remember we were looking to fade Western Kentucky last year, and then literally right before the bowl game, their quarterback and their left tackle, all of whom said they were leaving, are now magically, oh, we're not leaving, we're going to play. I want nothing to do with this game. I couldn't come up with an angle. ODU is missing some key players too. I'm just sitting this one out.
Yeah, I'm sitting this one out too. I mean, if I went anyway, I'd probably go Western Kentucky plus the 3.5. I'm trying to look back. Me and Chase did a thing on the gymnasium where we bet just straight up money line for every single bowl game. In this one, we went with Western Kentucky, but we had no idea.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, their quarterback's in the portal. Who knows if come game time if he's going to be around.
Also, it would have been really cool if any book out there let us bet like every bowl game as a parlay.
Jesus, dude, 5 dimes would have back in the day.
You think they would? They didn't max you out at 12 like all these other scrubs?
No, Tony would let us go 25 deep.
Damn. Back in the Wild West. Rip Tony.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, man. I'll tell you what, dude. Tony didn't play for no shit, dude. I mean, I would love to have one of these kids that loses a player prop bet who whines on Twitter, call up fucking 5 dimes, and then Tony just be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I will show up at your house and beat the living shit out of you. You lost the bet, move on. He took no shit, and he was the absolute, don't fuck with me, do your thing. Hey, you know what? You're winning too much, you're out. Bye. That was it. Like, I got into it twice with Tony, and I was both scared for my life both times.
That's kind of what you want, though.
I know.
That's what I'm still chasing that.
Rest in peace. And who even knows if he's still dead? I mean, that whole story is still one of the weirdest stories ever.
Eric, you should do like a documentary on 5 dimes someday.
Just a deep dive on it.
Yeah. Up next, we got the Frisco Bowl. UTSA Marshall. UTSA is an 11-point favorite, over under 52.5, plus 345 on the money line for Marshall.
Marshall's missing a lot. I would lean UTSA, but that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. It's a little too many points for me, but also I would lean towards UTSA. Might be a live bet opportunity. I do think Marshall has been kind of like disappointed all year. Wait, did they move that? Okay, my bad. I don't know why I kept going after I passed the 16th, Eric. I don't know why I understand. I don't know dates.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I don't understand why I did that. The last game that really matters was Cal Texas Tech. But I appreciate you for humoring me. You ready to talk this NFL right now?
Dude, I'm ready to talk NFL, man. Give it to me. Give it to me.
There's 3 Saturday games. We have the Vikings Bengals. Yes, I hate the Lakers. I'm dead here. Well, Bengals are 3-point favorites at home, over under 41, plus 146 on the money line for the Vikings.
Let's not outthink the room here. Give me T.J. Hawkinson over his receiving prop. I think I got it at 46.5. Let me double check. Bengals lead production to opposing tight ends. Nick Mullins, during his time playing when he was with the 49ers, would constantly target Kittle. 51.5. TJ Hawkinson over 51.5. He would constantly target the tight end. Bengals give up the second most yards per game to opponents' tight ends. Give me TJ Hawkinson over 51.5 yards.
Right now, sitting at 55.5.
You know what? I'd still do it. And
still take
it. One book has a thing where he gets over 80. It's at plus 330. I mean, that could be a little fun sprinkle.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Nothing on the actual game lines or anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that either. Steelers Colts. Colts -1 at home, over under 42.5, plus 100 on the money line for the Steelers.
I gave this one out Tuesday on my show. Rinse or repeat. Tomlin as a dog. Do it. Best coach ever as a dog. Doesn't even compare. I think this is a bounce back spot. Colts have some major issues. Minshew's only 40%. ATS is a favorite.
Yeah, I also just as you mentioned, Tomlin as a dog. On the opposite side of that, anytime they're over a 3-point favorite, I fade the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
Last game this Saturday. Broncos Lions. Lions are a 4.5-point home favorite, over under 48, plus 195 on the money line for the Broncos. The Lions need to get out the schneid, Eric.
I know Lions are streaking, but you know what, Jimbo? We're not doing anything fancy here. We're just going to a player prop. We're going to the pride of Iowa, Sammy Laporta. Do it. Give me his over. Trying to find my notes because I'm not a prepared guy. The Broncos give up 69.4 yards per game to opposing tight ends, 11.3 yards per catch, 75% catch rate. Laporta's gone over this 2 of 3 games, 8 of 13. Second on the team in yards, targets, and reception. He averages 7 targets, 5 receptions, 54 yards a game. The way the Lions play, everything funnels to the middle. Vance Joseph's defense historically bleed production to the tight end. I'm just going to go Sam Laporta in the bounce back game.
For his over on yardage, right?
Yeah.
Right now, sitting at 51.5.
Love it. I love it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's roll. Sam Laporta over 51.5. I
got it at 46, Jim. I'm ahead of the market, dude. I'm
Eric,
a game
you're always ahead of the market with these player props. You kill it with the player props.
Dude, business casual 62% on the year this season.
I'm trying to see if our friends over at there he are. 4.5 receptions is his total, but it's minus 145, so I'm not going anywhere near that.
And if you really want to get spicy today and you really want a nice little juicy round robin tight end for an anytime touchdown, Laporta plus 165, TJ Hawkinson plus 220. And there's a saying, Jimbo, the squeaky wheel gets the wheel. Is that it?
Yes.
George Pickens plus 270. Nice little round robin right there.
You know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna cook something up for the people. Let me cook something up. I'm not gonna do it anytime, Eric, because I don't play that way. I do first. We're gonna do So I already have my 2. I'm doing doing both tight ends. I'm feeling very tight end. It's my tight end appreciation day. Oh, who's gonna score?
November 16th. Unofficial holiday.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I put George Pickens in for the first touchdown of the Steelers-Colts games? Or do I go full tight end and go Pat Freiermuth? I gotta go full tight end. Full tight end.
Why don't you just go Mo Alley Cox?
No, full tight end, baby. Doing it. And of course, I gotta do Sam Laporta. Okay, boys. I'm gonna do each one of these individually, and then I'm gonna get risky. I'm gonna throw $2 on a little parlay for 3,000. It's 1,500 to 1 odds that all 3 of them get the first touchdown.
I like it.
Let's do it. Throw a couple shekels on that. That's my play right there. Other than that, I like rolling with the Steelers money line with Eric, and then I'm gonna roll the over 48 in the Broncos Lions game.
Okay, I like it.
I'm gonna go with the over. Eric, that brings us to college basketball. The beautiful game of college basketball, the beautiful season. I'll start us off because I think I have a couple early ones that you don't have. LSU, Texas. I'm rolling with the over 143.5. The totals, it dropped down from 144.5, but I think both these teams have a decent offense going in. I wanted to take LSU, but they burned me against K-State last week. I can't do it again. I could see this kind of being a sort of shootout situation. This is just me, and maybe I'm stupid. I don't know what to do when I see a total kind of stay the same, but I see the line move from 5.5 to 7.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I usually don't look. I don't look much into that. That
made me feel a little weird. So the line opened at Texas minus 5.5, closing right now at Texas minus 7, but the total kind of stayed around like 143, 144 the whole time.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Maybe
I don't know what that means.
Maybe LSU's missing some players, some sharpshooters.
Maybe, but I'm rolling with the over 143.5. I think at the very worst, Texas can kind of like own this LSU defense.
I agree.
I have another 11 a.m. game, Eric. Lindenwood moneyline versus IUPUI. And what do I like to do? These are two teams that are both pretty bad.
Where's
Facts coming in? LSU is bad. Texas should score at will. I hope so.
Where is Lindenwood located?
I want to say Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll look it up when you're talking about your next one. But these are two teams who are kind of like in the same category. Lindenwood even opened as a favorite, and they've just kind of been hovering around like 1.5, 2. It's been like flipping, flopping. So in any matchup like this, I just like to take the dog.
Yeah, dogs are barking.
Yeah, because they opened as a -1 favorite. Now I got them +125. I think they're still about the same. Give me Lindenwood here.
Dogs are barking, Jimbo. I like it. I like it.
My next game's at 1, Eric. Do you have one at 1?
I have one at 1 too.
I'll let you go first.
You know what? Call me a homer. All you want. Give me Michigan State here. I got him at +3.5. Got him at +140. Baylor is due for some shot regression per shot quality. Also an interesting thing per shot quality. Teams are missing wide open looks. Teams should be shooting 7 percentage points higher than they are against Baylor right now. Baylor's giving up a lot of lot of looks. Also, this isn't the Baylor offense that has been in the past where they rely on a lot of the threes. A lot of stuff is inside the arc. Michigan State is number 28 in the country in 2-point defense. So I look at Michigan State's defense against Baylor's offense. I think they should be able to keep in check. Baylor getting some shot regression. They're going to be playing in Little Caesars Arena, not a pure college arena, but a professional arena. Sometimes it takes players a little time with the eye adjustment to get used to that. Also, Michigan State due for some positive shot regression. Going to be a home crowd feel for Michigan State with the game in Detroit. I'll take Michigan State here +3.5 and on the money line +140.
I might end up putting Michigan State in there. Maybe I'm a little hesitant because this is a historical thing for me is I don't like taking teams that lose to Nebraska. I end up fading them.
But I mean, I feel that when I looked at Michigan State's schedule, I felt like that was a schedule loss.
That's fair. This is also just me knowing what Nebraska usually is, and I can't get over teams that lose to them. But I might be able to come around. Eric confirmed Lindenwood is in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
It's in St. Charles, Missouri.
Okay.
Up next, my other 1 p.m. game, JMU and Hampton. I'm going with over 162.5. These teams both have two really good offenses. I think they can put up some points here. I expect it to be a competitive home. Hampton's been very competitive at home. JMU is going on a crazy streak right now. Give me a shootout. Give me the over 162.5.
I like it. I got one, Jimby. I got one.
My next one's not till 2:30.
I got one at 115 and one at 130.
Lay them both on me, baby.
I got Georgetown plus the 5.5 and plus the 185. They're going to Notre Dame. With the coaching staff's changes, with a new coach coming in, that means philosophy changes, and there has to be some roster changes because of the philosophy change with how you want to play. I feel that Georgetown is a little bit ahead of the curve, played a competitive first half against Syracuse, then Syracuse just shot the lights off. I feel Georgetown has better guard play. I don't think Notre Dame has the guard play and the shooters for the style of basketball that they are looking to play. And Georgetown due for some positive shot regression. Plus, I think they have a better coach in Ed Cooley. I'll take Georgetown plus the 5.5 and on the money line.
They definitely have the better coach, and it's fun to say his name. It's never not fun to say Ed Cooley.
Big Ed?
Big Cooley fan.
You like Big Ed?
What's your next one, Eric?
What'd you think about how he left?
I was okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
My next one is I am going to Texas A&M. I got them at plus 7.5, plus 250. Look, Texas A&M, their defense, elite in the interior. They allow a ton of wide open threes. So when you're playing a team, when they play a team that is elite shooting, that's when I look to fade them. Houston's not an elite shooting team. Houston looks to play everything inside the arc, get to the rim, a lot of offensive rebounds, but Texas A&M has the size to limit their second chance points. Also, Texas A&M can shoot threes. I think they're going to be able to make some open looks against Houston. I like Texas A&M here just because of the size and the way they play defense and Houston's inability to make threes.
Okay. My next one is a simple one for me. It's at 230. I'm going with Radford minus 5.5. I am just, I'm rolling with this train. Radford 8-2 ATS. They live the way they get that record is they beat up on the bad teams. I don't like Bucknell versus at all. Give me Radford here, all day.
I like it. I like it a lot. My next one, and this one's just a simple one for me. I have to fade Chicago State after they beat Northwestern. Give me Valparaiso minus 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean, when you win as like a plus 3,000 dog, you have to be faded the next game. Just kind of what
my next one's at 3. I'm going with South Florida money line versus Loyola Chicago. Loyola has been not nearly. They've been terrible on the road. Terrible on the road.
I need to vent, man. Like I had South Florida. I faded South Florida last game. They fouled from Arkansas Pine Bluff, a kid who was shooting 86.7% from the free throw line. And of course, this kid misses the front end of the 1-and-1 with like 30 seconds left. So I lose the cover by half a point. God, I love that.
Crazy run for like the last month and a half, Eric.
I love it, dude. I freaking love it, man. I love it. I love it, Jimbo.
My next one right here, 330. I'm taking Arizona minus 1.5 versus Purdue. This is just, I said the same. Yes. I said the same thing last week. I said the same thing last week when I was jumping on BYU against Utah. I ride these ATS trains all the way to the station. Arizona is 8-0 ATS right now. I think they're undefeated this season, or they're doing really damn good. I'm riding this train as long as I can, Eric. Give me Arizona minus 1.5.
How do you feel about Arizona 10-1 to win it all right now?
I don't hate it. I might jump on
I mean,
that.
I kind of want to get it.
It's still college basketball futures are so wild for me.
Yeah. The one I did lock in is I think I got New Mexico at 250 to 1.
See, I love that because that's always something you can always. This is the only sport that I'll co-sign hedging out of bets.
That's the only one. Jim, I don't mean to brag, but last year I did have 6 out of 8 futures in the Elite 8 and 4 out of 4 futures in the Final 4. No big deal.
Oh, I know. You were bragging about it then.
I know, dude. And I'm bragging about it now, I'm bragging about it now, goddammit. I got one more left. I believe it's
I also have one more. Mine's at 7.
I took Florida State here minus 1.5 for the first half. Hamilton home favorite, first half 54%. 61% ATS as a home favorite in non-conference games. Bounce back spot from Florida State after that humiliating loss to South Florida. You don't want to be in a Hamilton practice after you have a bad loss, and these kids are going to come out fired up. I'm going to take Florida State here minus the 1.5.
Is that full game or first half?
First half, my friend.
Okay. My last game, I'm going Alabama Creighton. I'm going over 165.5. This is a big pressure game. There is a scenario where I see Alabama rolling, but I think no matter what, you're going to get points out of this one. I'm liking the points. Give me the over.
I like it, dude. I like it.
Alabama shoots lights out.
Shooter,
That's all we got. That's all we got. Eric, any parting words or questions or thoughts on anything going on today? What a day for sports.
Great day for sports. Make sure you get your Christmas shopping done. That's the number one priority, though, guys.
Yeah, get your Christmas shopping done. I got to get some stuff for some family. I also, tomorrow we're celebrating. It's my mom's and little brother's birthday tomorrow.
How old's Mama Jim turning?
61.
Okay. All right. My mom's birthday is Christmas Eve.
Whoa.
Yep. So
yeah. Mama Uncle Rico.
She usually watches these, so I'm gonna say she's gonna be turning 35.
I like it. That's the best answer, Eric.
She's gonna be turning 35. So happy 35 birthday again.
Happy 35th birthday, Mrs. Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week for another episode of the College Football and Basketball Tailgate, baby!